guys, Jake here. Welcome back to Dude Ranch DIY. It is currently pouring rain outside. You probably can't hear it behind me, but it's been raining all day and it's supposed to continue to rain into the night. We've had crazy winds. They're calling for like 3 to 6 inches of rain. It's wild. But anyway, this tonight, actually, yeah, it is tonight. Usually it's this afternoon, but tonight I am down in the basement in my little workshop and I got this black old beat up cast iron kettle for the wood stove, actually from Chris, and I believe he found it at the dump. But I don't know if you can see here, but it is all rusty and kind of beat up. I just washed it off with some water and a cloth, but I'm gonna show you a little trick. I got some stove polish. This is the same stuff that I used on the cast iron wood stove, the Quadrifier, that I just installed upstairs like 2 weeks ago. So just with a little stove polish and a rag, we're gonna get this new to me, cast iron kettle looking good as new to sit up on the new wood stove and evaporate the water. That way it's not such a dry heat. So yeah, here we go. All right, so here we got the kettle. Give you another look at it. It's not too bad, but it definitely has a little bit of rust and some scratches and stuff on it. So we're gonna see how much of that will come off, or I guess get covered up by the stove polish. But first things first, I'm gonna take this handle off, just push it to the back, slide that part out, take off the little nut, and now we can separate the two. I'm gonna put on a black glove. There we go. And you can see I use this rag a little bit just to wipe down the stove, kind of like in between coats. But I'm really just gonna take this polish and put a good dab on there. I'm just gonna wipe it in. All over. Now cast iron is porous, so of course it's going to absorb this stuff, and once it gets hot again it'll absorb it as well. But you can see just from that little dab, pretty much already did like half the kettle. A little bit goes a long way, and once a little bit gets absorbed, you can always put on a second or third coat. You know what? I'm gonna go grab a second glove. Look at that, good as new. Okay, I would consider that done. Now the kettle obviously doesn't get quite as hot as the stove, so that should last quite a bit longer. So we'll put this back on, put its little washer back on. I'm gonna thread that one in first. And then pop that in, and there we go. Stove, wood stove kettle, refinished. Now this is the Rutland Black Stove Polish. This is the liquid version. I like the liquid a little bit better than like the paste. It's just a little bit easier to spread. And yeah, now let me bring it upstairs. I'll show it to you on top of the stove. Okay guys, we're coming upstairs. I got the kettle. We'll come around here. Here's the stove. I can turn on this light for you. And there we go. Looks great. Same color as the stove. Matches perfectly. We got a new wood rack here from Tractor Supply. And I'll probably be firing up the stove after I'm done making this video. So, well, all right, guys, I know I just said upstairs that I was going to be lighting a fire later after I was done with this video, but I figured while I'm doing it, I might as well show you this new product that I just assembled that actually RuggedMade gave to me to test out a while back, but it just wasn't the right time of year to do it. But now that we have the wood stove and we're lighting fires and stuff, it is perfectly appropriate for me to finally showcase this new product. So while it's raining out, we're going to do a little impromptu video here on the RuggedMade Kindling splitter. Like I said, they gave this to me a while back when they came to bring me the 3-point hitch log splitter and check out my RS737. This thing is pretty neat. I figured, like I said, I got 2 pieces of wood from upstairs, my sledgehammer, so we're gonna give it a try. It does actually fold up. Here, let me throw the camera on the tripod. And yeah, so it folds up, which is pretty neat, like that. So it's a little more compact like that, and then just as easily sits down. It has 2 holes for bolts to go through if you want to, say, you know, attach it to a stump or something like that. But for now, I'm just going to try it on the ground. With these 2 pieces of oak here that are nice and dry, they should split open pretty easily. All right, so I've seen these things online before, never actually used one. So I'm pretty curious to see how it does. Seems like a good idea. All right. Got a nice piece of kindling there. Okay, that works pretty well. Nice size piece. See if we can get one more out of this one. All right, maybe we can even do one more. Split it down the side. All right, well, that's pretty good. We got 4 decent sized pieces and a piece of bark out of that one piece. Now I got a slightly larger piece here. There we go. Out of those 2 pieces, we just got all of this kindling. This stuff is premium. You can hear how dry it is. Even took the bark off the first piece. So that's awesome. I'm gonna pick this stuff up, move it to the side. I really like how this folds up the way that it does, because this is almost something that I'd be more likely to keep in the house here than use out in the wood yard. So this is nice. I'm going to throw it up on the shelf, grab the vacuum this stuff up. We'll go light a fire. Okay, so I'm here at the wood stove with Louie, and I got all the stuff I need to start my fire. Louie's checking out the propane torch, but my buddy John sent me a little housewarming gift of these Eco sticks. I think it's kind of like similar to Fatwood, but I have never seen a bigger box of kindling before in my life. So I didn't really need to use these things, but I'd like to go through these a little sparingly. So 2 or 3 of these should help catch this bigger stuff. And then, we'll move on to the larger logs. So paper will catch the Eco sticks. The Eco sticks will catch this red oak, and then the red oak will catch the big pieces of red oak. So let's light up a fire. Guys, this is the next day after I filmed the video on the stove, but this stuff just showed up in the Amazon box. It's stuff that I ordered a couple days ago. This is a heat-powered stove fan and a magnetic stove thermometer. Excuse my shadow here. But I'm going to take these things out of the packaging, get a fire going upstairs, and throw them on the stove and show you how they work. All right, guys, here we are a while later. I got the new fan, the Voda heat-driven fan, and the Galafire magnetic thermometer on top of the stove here, as well as the tea kettle. As you can see, the stove temperature is just shy of like 500, which is great. And the fan is cranking away. This fan just started up right on its own when the thermometer was about around like 150, and you can hear it is absolutely silent. You can't hear it at all. It seems to be working pretty well. I bet if I take this lighter, you can see it blows it right out. Starts flickering, blows it out. So it's working really well. I will put a link for both of these, both the thermometer and the fan, in the description below, because I think these are gonna work great. All right, guys, that's gonna be it for this one. As you can see from that time lapse, the fire took off pretty quickly. It's burning good now. It's not too cold outside. It's going to drop down to like the lower to mid 40s tonight. So I'm not too worried about getting a big rip roaring fire going. It's more just for the ambiance. Sarah just got home from the gym. We're making a little dinner now, a little spicy Italian sausage with some broccoli rabe and orchette pasta. So that should be yummy. But yeah, RuggedMade kindling splitter thing works really well. I'll definitely be using that more often because it's nice to be able to get this big, larger size hardwood kindling that's not all gross and covered in dirt and stuff from being out in the wood yard. But that's pretty much it. So if you guys liked the video, as always, give us a big thumbs up. If you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button down below. I really appreciate it. Dude Ranch merchandise is available in the link in the description. I'm Jake. This is Dude Ranch DIY. This is my new Quadra-Fire 3100 stove. We'll see you here next time. Thanks so much for watching.